Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This article comes to you guys from Cord Cutter News. I will leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So as T-Mobile is busy now, branching off, shifting its strategy a bit more towards fiber, and that's what Cord Cutter News is reporting here. T-Mobile is reportedly in talks to buy a major internet service provider, and that provider is Metronet. And that deal will be announced soon. But regardless, there is another section that T-Mobile is currently operating and growing, and that in the home broadband space. And they're using fixed wireless access. They're using its existing network, wireless network, and they're growing that business each and every year. Now, as they branch off towards fiber, they still have FWA in their arsenal. They are guiding 7 to 8 million by next year, which they should get there comfortably. But now, what are they going to do beyond that? Even when the Metronet deal is announced and we get more details on it, the Lumos deal gets them 3.5 million homes passed. There's still customers out there that T-Mobile won't be able to get fiber to. So in a place like El Paso, there's really only one fiber provider, and that's AT&T. AT&T is not going to lease, well, maybe they will, but, you know, right now, as it stands, AT&T is not open for business in terms of doing leasing deals or allowing open access. They're not doing that. So the only other way for T-Mobile to continue to grow home broadband in El Paso, Texas, would be through FWA home internet. Now, across the market, as long as they've been selling home internet, the slots are probably taken in a lot of neighborhoods. So people are eating up the extra capacity that T-Mobile has been selling for quite some time. So now what's the next phase? What's the next step? They're going to have to move on from the extra capacity model, and they're going to have to invest into FWA if they want to continue to grow that model. And from what I'm told, that's what they will continue to do, or that's what they will do. They're going to announce it in early fall. They're going to do point-to-point millimeter wave. They're going to do all that. I mean, it wasn't hard to figure out. If they have that spectrum and they put it on macros, since they have such a dense macro grid, they can do point-to-point home broadband in areas where they currently can't get any fiber or can't get fiber there quick enough. They can grow more homes using FWA with that method. They can do cell splits. They can do additional densification. They can do C-RAN. I mean, T-Mobile can use everything that Verizon does today. They can do it the same. They just haven't committed to spending capital on actually growing FWA. They have just been using the extra capacity model, and T-Mobile has a lot of capacity. But that's starting to run out. You get to 7 to 8 million. Maybe you announce 9 to 10 million and, you know, in the next 12 to 24 months after you hit your original guided goal of 7 to 8 million. That capacity piece is starting to run very thin, right? So now you have to tell the market, okay, for me, in order for me to continue to grow FWA, this is the plan that we have put together, and this is what we will execute over the next few years, right? That's how that should be presented in early fall when they present at the Capital Markets Day. And I'm told that's exactly what they will do. This fiber piece that's being discussed in this article, that's still a very small part of the business. Yes, they're branching out, they are branching off, and they want to grow that, right? But right now, even as they buy more players, it's still relatively small compared to the bigger piece of the pie that's out there, if you will. If you look at where AT&T is heading, like 45, 50 million homes passed. If you look at where Lumen is, right? Most of their build is copper, but they still have a significant amount more homes that they can service versus T-Mobile. And T-Mobile will eventually get there, but they're doing it all off of a leasing model. So yes, it's accretive. Yes, it makes profit, but they are still going to continue chasing other markets and areas that they feel that they can be competitive in and that they can win in. El Paso, based on the amount of market share that they have on wireless, I think if they had an opportunity to bring fiber to the market, they could win. They could win the whole convergence and deepen relationships and even lower churn that way, in my opinion. But that's a topic for another video. FWA is still going to play a big factor, even though they're branching off into fiber. Trust me on this. FWA is still going to play a big factor in the company's success moving forward. Successfully, financially, profits, free cash flow, all of that will continue as the company presents in the early fall. They will have to do it a bit differently. They will have to pivot. That extra capacity model, I mentioned that very clearly. They can more than likely no longer support that as they present a new guidance goal over the next few years. That's just, yeah, they still have C-band and DoD, but to grow to the masses, it's just not going to work anymore. They're going to have to start putting nodes in neighborhoods, more towers. They're going to have to start doing point-to-point millimeter wave to homes. They're going to have to start tapping into that part of the toolbox in order for them to really significantly grow the FWA footprint. So 9 to 10 million, say 12, that's a goal 12, 24 months after hitting 7 to 8 million. I think the street and analysts will entertain that, but they're going to want to see a bigger number, right? They're going to want to see, okay, in the next 5 years, we think we can get FWA to 15 million or 20 million, something along those lines, right? That's a very large, ambitious goal. And I feel T-Mobile, they can obtain that. But again, they have to do it differently. They can't just say, okay, we're going to do it with extra capacity. So if they say that during the presentation, I'm immediately making a video and I'm going to call BS, because that's not going to happen. To carry that large of traffic on the network and still use extra capacity, that's not going to work. So they're going to have to start initiating millimeter wave build. They're going to have to start separately investing in that point-to-point. They're going to have to start building the C-RAN nodes with N41 inside the neighborhoods to really offload the surrounding macros. And that will give them leverage to sell additional homes passed using FWA. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.